Hey you guys, it's Lila Rowe. If you're new to this channel, most people are. Today we're going to be talking about the Stauffer family, I believe. It's the recent controversy involving the adoption of this boy from China, and the family recently returned them. And that is going to be going into a big issue that I have with family channels. I've had a problem with family channels since the Ace family. I seldom sit down, and just out of pure entertainment, watch a family channel. I get that it's not material made for me. There's no reason that I have to like it. But this goes into a deeper problem in YouTube in regards to family channels. The way the YouTube algorithm works, you're kind of almost rewarded for either buying a house or having a kid in terms of family. And when I first was introduced to the Ace family, something kind of like threw me off about them. But it was as easy as kind of like turning off my computer and walking away. Most problems can be solved that way. The issue comes where you're doing damage to an innocent human being that was completely uncalled for and could have been 100% avoided. Now, so the issue with this family is that the mom, who's a nurse, she has her own channel. She has an individual like mommy channel, and the dad has like a car channel, and together they have a family channel. So the problem was that about 3 years ago, the mom was talking about how she really wanted to adopt a kid from a different country, and they actually wanted to adopt a kid with a disability. Now, face value, that seems so admirable. Like me personally, I go to the doctors, and if they were to tell me, hey, like, your child is most likely going to be born with this, or they're going to have this defect, do you want to go through with it? Personally, I will probably say no, because I know what I can handle, and my heart goes out to the parents who can actually handle this, or who want to go through with it regardless. That is my choice, as it's their choice, and I respect anybody's choice. What I do have a problem with is willingly going out of your way to bring on a liability, which why when I say a liability, I don't necessarily mean there's anything wrong with the kid. He's perfect in his own right. But when you have a disability, in an objective sense, you are a liability to somebody because they have to care for you. So in that sense, they adopted a child that needed to have these special needs or extra care. And when the child was more than they bargained for, they rehomed the child. Like, and I think that is in part due to
the toxic energy around these family channels on YouTube.
Because an interesting thing that the couple said when they were explaining why they returned their child was that, the kid had a lot more problems than what they were told at the hospital or at the adoption agencies. However, when you trace back, I mean, you can't do it now because the video's been taken off air, but the mother, she verbatim says, you know what, I would never return my child. And, the doctor was saying that there was other things wrong with him, but it kind of went in one ear and out the other. That is just utter negligence, and that shouldn't be okay, And the defense that the family brought was that they were trying to protect the privacy of the child. Like, no. That's not okay. And that's where it comes into a convenience thing. Oh, when I'm profiting off of him, that's what I can make money on. When I'm profiting off of him, that's when we'll talk about him and put his privacy all out there for you guys to see. When we can't profit off him anymore, that's when we want to keep his privacy hidden. I would feel so confused if I came into this world and I had a camera shoved in my mom's vajayjay, just ready to vlog my entire life. From 10 to 16, there is very little footage of me out into the universe, out into the internet, out into social media. I just didn't post because I was very uncomfortable with myself, as most people are at that age, and I didn't want myself to be out there. So I would feel very disrespected if my parents just wanted to put my information out there for the world to see. And I'm not saying that like they should charge this couple, but like we need to take this as a learning lesson. I'm not saying they should be tried or there should be punishments for their crimes, but we need to take this as a learning lesson. And we definitely need to learn from this. Because these YouTube channels, like you best believe that if they could, they'd all be doing it. I just feel so bad for this kid. Because he's going to grow up and he's going to look at this. He's going to, well, he can't see the videos anymore, but he's going to see all the backlash.
Like, damn, my parents they just returned me like that.
The people who made an oath under law to love me over anything, in sickness and in health. It's not just marriage vows. When you adopt a child, you say in sickness and in health, especially when you knew what you were getting into as you were getting into it. And I get times are hard, especially because there are easier ways to get what you want. Whether it be wealth, success, status, like there are easier ways to do what you want. Maybe not easier, but there are simpler ways. If you worked hard at your channel, if you really tried to find out what your viewers want and wanted to engage your viewers in that sense, then that is a road you could have taken. But instead, you said, no, I want to get this child. For whatever reasons, I don't even think the motivations matter at this point. Whether she wanted to get a child for clout or whether she really felt compelled in herself to get a child that had a disability. You made that choice. You know, like you made that decision, you made that choice. You made your bed, lay in your bed. Because nobody asked you to go out and adopt a kid with special needs. Nobody asked you to go to China and adopt a kid. You made that choice. And because you don't want to live with that choice anymore, you have brought it upon yourself to decide that, you know, you can no longer take care of this child. I'm not even saying send these people to jail. I don't believe that they need to go to jail. But, okay, where did all that money go? When you start a GoFundMe for a project, if you don't build that thing, then you are obliged to return all that money that was donated to you. So I know they started crowdfunding to send them to China to help with the adoption. Where is that money now? Because you did not give a return on your investment. People donated because they said, damn, these are good parents that are going to give this child a good life, but you didn't do that. So where is that compensation? Where's the compensation of the bringing him home video that has over 5 million views? So you see how there can be a lack of sympathy from everybody else when the people who profited off exploiting their child, their adopted son, when they return him, people are like, we can't support that. And they're confused. Confusion for what? Why are you confused? What are you confused about? You know? Like, somebody make this make sense to me. Because it's just not making sense. Should they just demonetize family channels? I mean, everybody else is getting demonetized. They should start demonetizing family channels? Because half of the time, they're not even posting family-friendly content. The only family channel that I would probably vouch for is, I think her name is Valeria Lipovsky. I just remember watching, and she's honestly the most wholesome, I don't know, I love Valeria. Yeah, wholesome content, love to see it, love it again, like, love it every day. But when you have these family channels that are profiting off of their children, you run into situations like this. I was not surprised when I saw this break. When this news broke, not surprised in the slightest. I was actually wondering when something like this was going to happen, because family channels get so much leeway and so much freedom, and they do so much destruction that it was only a matter of time that a news story like this would break. And I'm so glad it did, because now people can see, like, it's not all fun and games behind the scenes. And hopefully parents could take this as a no, or not use their child for some financial gain, and we could all be better people for it. If you've got good content, nobody can take that away from you. That's all I had to say for today. I just wanted to air out my frustration, share some news, maybe people who wouldn't have heard it otherwise. I want us to be better people for it. Moral to the story, don't put your children on your family channel.